In our last call, we discussed that we had initiated legal proceedings against Louis Capelli, along with various entities controlled by him, relating to various payment obligations and our obligations under the Concord project. We filed this action in Missouri State Court, and it has been subsequently removed to Federal District Court in Missouri. Mr. Capelli and various entities controlled by him filed a complaint in Westchester County, New York, against the company and certain of our subsidiaries for declaratory and monetary damages related to the Concord project, as well as the White Plains City Center. The company intends to vigorously pursue its claims against Mr. Capelli and his related entities, and to vigorously defend the claims asserted by Mr. Capelli and his related entities, for which we believe we have meritorious defenses. As Mark will discuss with you later, during the quarter, an entity controlled by Louis Capelli, our partner in the New Rock Entertainment Retail Center, who through an affiliate is also the property manager, made an unauthorized loan to itself. As a result, as the general partner of the partnership, we exercised our rights to terminate the management agreement and seize all bank accounts related to the project. We have subsequently installed C.B. Richard Ellis as the day-to-day manager of the property.
And your next question is a follow-up from the line of Jordan Sadler from KeyBanc Capital Markets. Please proceed.
Thanks. Just maybe some clarification on the, it looks like a $0.7 million charge during the quarter related to Capelli, a Capelli loan. Was that also related to that $1 million bad debt expense at White Plains, or was that separate?
No, it's really separate. The $1 million is more related to tenants, that he has a hand in White Plains. The $700,000 really happened at New Rochelle, another project with Capelli, and there was basically made an unauthorized loan to our partner in that venture, and we then went and seized the bank accounts and changed the manager, but we thought we needed to fully reserve that $700,000.
Yeah, so it's a reserve we put in place for an unauthorized loan. We're not sure we'll ever get paid back.
Okay, he's a principal and the partner?
Yeah, he controls that partner that made the unauthorized loan.
Okay, and that received the proceeds?
Yes.
Okay.
Our White Plains, New York investment, which is a theater-anchored retail center, but further is the only one in our portfolio that can be described as dominated by soft goods and fashion retail, is dragging down our credit statistics, our reported FFO with non-cash charges, and looks to continue to do so until we can get to a point of eliminating it from our financial statements. Now, we've spoken about this project often, and I'll summarize it to say that this was a highly levered project when we bought controlling interest, and it has incurred two major vacancies, Circuit City and Filing's basement, that has rendered it uneconomical beyond the non-recourse loan value, in our opinion. We are not supporting the project with any further cash expense or investment, but we are still carrying its leverage and book losses in our reported financial results, and likely to do so until the mortgage loan matures in the fourth quarter. You should know that without it in our results, our FFO would be increased by 4 cents to 82 cents a share. Our leverage ratios would fall by about 300 basis points, and our debt service coverage would be improved by about 0.2 times. Now, taken as a whole, I want to express that our reported results for the quarter are consistent with our plans, expectations, and guidance.
Yes.
And the operating expenses?
Operating expenses were impacted to some degree this quarter at White Plains, which, is kind of a non-cash item, but they were higher than we'd expect on a run rate basis, but probably $1 million. And second of all, of course, the acquisition of Toronto Dundas Square certainly affects the operating expenses going forward. And it's also, also in the quarter we had a partial quarter for 10 Dundas, so that'll, of course, annualize as we go.
What was the $1 million at White Plains?
White Plains recorded some bad debts during the quarter related to some receivables outstanding, and so that shouldn't repeat itself, frankly. That happened in the quarter.
Any specific on that tenant?
It's a Capelli entity.
All right, thanks.
And our next question will come from the line of Anthony Poloni from J.P. Morgan. Please proceed.
Hey guys, it's Joe Dazio here with Tony. Question on the G&A. I know it's been hit on before, but were there any legal fees related to Capelli in the quarter hitting that number as well?
No, very little. We did have some, but it was probably around $50,000 or something. So it was not a significant event in the first quarter.
And you expecting that to be steady for the rest of the year?
Well, no, we've budgeted. I think we talked about in our annual budget something like $1 million for the year for those legal expenses. So we expect that could increase as we go forward, but we have that contemplated in our guidance.
Okay. And from a practical point of view, what's the status of Concord? Is there anything going on at the site? Any update on the potential to issue industrial revenue bonds or anything else going on there we should be aware of?
I mean, physically, I don't think there's anything going on at the site. I mean, as far as kind of discussing, kind of the improvements, as you can imagine, since we're kind of embroiled in litigation, we're not getting monthly updates from Capelli on the matter. So, I think where we're at is that we're not seeing significant progress.
Okay. And then just one last question on City Center. Is that in default right now? And if so, what do you think the likelihood, or I guess regardless, what do you think the likelihood of the banks working with you on that is?
It's technically not in default. It's in default of its loan to us, but it's not in default under the underlying property loan, and so first mortgage. I just hate to comment on what a lender might do. I don't know. Again, since that's a note that we're suing on to one of the Capelli related entities, I don't know that we want to talk about how you would potentially settle that out anyway.
Who holds the gaming license at the Concord?
The development entity. The development entity, yes.
And but gaming is illegal in the state of New York, no? So is it the property is owned by the developer, and how do they have the license?
Well, the point is that the if we want to kind of, if I can go a little bit with where I think you're going, Jordan, the entitlement for the 25% gaming tax runs to the land, the actual site. The physical gaming license is in Capelli's name, but someone else with a gaming license could benefit that 25% gaming tax by doing it on that property.
Goes to the land. Is there a tribe associated with the land, or?
No, this is a New York legislature granted.
It's not associated with Indian gaming. And that's the way most people know that lower tax rate in New York. But this is not associated with Indian gaming.
Okay. And is it a unique property, the state of New York?
Yes, it is. It's specific. It has site-specific legislation.
And it's specific legislation is the only license granted, and it does have to do with just this site for purposes of it being an Empire District and a variety of other things. It was unique legislation and a unique license.
Okay. Thank you.